Hey you guys, this is your girl Natural. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. If you're new here, please do me a favor. Go ahead, hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know whenever I post a video. Guys, congratulations, Kourtney Kardashian and TravisBarker. Oh my god. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for her. There is quite a lot of Kardashian hate. Every time I say their name, I just feel like I sound like I'm from Fargo. Why does it sound like Kardashian? Kardashian. How can I say that without sounding like a dork? But I've spoken on many other videos, and I just did a video really devoted to it. You can check it out. I just posted it maybe like a week ago. But there is a lot of Kardashian hate out there online, and for the life of me, I really don't understand it. I mean, I think I understand it. I think it's really just related to, in general, this new form of hatred, that's really self-hatred from individuals, but it's just reflected and mirrored back out and projected onto celebrities. But the internet is in such a hateful moment right now. If you want to look at that video, go ahead and check it out. But in that video, I basically was just like, why all the Kardashian hate now? I mean, back in 2007, 2010, these were the women that everybody was looking towards as role models, looking towards as, makeup tips and all types of stuff. Even when Kim Kardashian had her sex tape scandal back in the early 2000s, 2010s, it was not as much judgment and hate out there. And ultimately, for me, it comes back to self-loathing, self-hatred, internalized misogyny. The orange man, when he got elected into office, like I said in another video, I feel like we were like, okay, let's give him a chance. I'm uncomfortable, but let's give him a chance. And then very, very soon into, his presidency, it was like, oh yeah, he's not a politician. It was like we realized this is a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake. But it wasn't a mistake for the people who voted to put him there. But now we're seeing that over the past, I mean, just think about it. Think about how polarized and divisive and hateful the internet has become since Donald Trump has been president. I know it's an indirect link, but, I can sit here all day and try to explain this, but honestly, if you're a racist, if you're a misogynist, it's very, very hard to change that type of ideology, And ultimately, what that comes down to, when people are that hateful, that mean-spirited, it usually has something to do with the state of their mental health, the state of their spiritual health. Do they seek out some sort of spiritual fruit? The state of how educated they are. Have they sought out higher education? Have they surrounded themselves around multicultural groups and listened to people from other cultures just to hear what their perspectives are, and not just living in a wind tunnel? That would be what would heal, the misogynist, the racist, the woman hater, even the woman on woman hater. But oftentimes these people won't go do that. They won't go do that. But anyway, I'm speaking to the people who wish goodwill towards the Kardashians like myself. I mean, sure, they've had problematic things in their past, but who hasn't? I would like to see any person in this room who is without sin or fault raise their hand. Yeah, crickets. But anyway, and Kourtney is honestly one of my favorites, from the whole show. I just feel like I relate to her the most because, she is one of the only ones outside of Rob. My husband and I love Kourtney and Rob and Kendall because I feel like they are the only ones who have the courage to question this lifestyle of fame and celebrity worship and always making yourself available to the public eye, to public scrutiny, even scrutiny from one's family. I feel like those three, especially Kourtney and especially Rob, are the only ones who were willing and able to take that rebel title just to fight for what they believe in. You know, Kourtney was saying in the very last seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I haven't gotten to the Kardashians yet, but I will, because I want to see how the saga continues. But I had great pride and respect in her towards the end for being like, dude, this isn't cultivating my highest self. I can't do this anymore. When I saw that fight between her and Kim in the later seasons, ooh, that thing broke my heart. That thing broke my heart. But at the same time, I've been there with my sisters. I think many people who have sisters have probably been there. And I think she lashed out like that. She snapped because she couldn't take anymore. She just couldn't take any more of this always being in the public eye, always being, you know, open and available for anyone and everyone's random scrutiny. You know, like I said earlier, as if these people have perfect lives, as if these people are perfect in their behavior, in their morals. So yeah, and I also know that Kourtney really, really prides herself on making a precedence to put her health first, and to put her children first, her family. And it just wasn't serving her highest good anymore. She knew that she needed to go ahead and get on off of that show to serve her highest well-being, you know, within her body, within her spirit, with her mind, as a mother, you know. And TravisBarker, he's been through tragedy. He was, for those of you who don't know, he was in a plane crash with some band members and friends, and I think he was the only one who came out of that alive. And dude, Blink 182, I think he's from the band Blink 182. Let me just search that, because it's been a long time since my rebellious emo little punk rocky days back in high school. I used to listen to basically only music like that. Yeah, so Blink 182, it was Blink 182 he was in. I love TravisBarker. He's a freaking amazing drummer. I think he's a drummer. Like I said, forgive me if I'm getting some of this wrong, because it was a long time ago that I used to be so emo. But whenever Blink 182 comes up on my playlist or whatever through the cloud, I'm always like, oh, nostalgia. I also think that it really seems like Travis and Kourtney are happy together. It really, really does. And I think that I've seen throughout the internet, seems like people weren't really ready to move on from this idea of Scott and Kourtney. And you know, people should just let them live their lives. There is seriously some sort of infestation. It's like a virus in our modern society where people feel like they have 24/7 access to you just because we live in the day and the age of the internet. But it's not true. It's not true. It reminds me, I was watching Touched by an Angel, if you guys ever seen that show. The old episodes are on YouTube if you want to watch it too. Just type in like Touched by an Angel full episodes. You know, with Della Reese and everything. We don't have shows like that today, which is really unfortunate, because America is really going through like a spiritual drought. We need shows like that for a modern generation. But if you've never seen that show, I recommend that you watch it, especially if you're a person of faith. It's about two angels, well, actually three angels, who kind of like have a charge every episode. You know, it could be a kid, could be a married couple, could be just a random person, a man, a woman, whoever, who have things going on in their life. Maybe, you know, it's infidelity, maybe it's greed, maybe it's power, maybe it's, you know, the fear is holding them back from their highest good, whatever it might be. Sickness, illness, all kinds of stuff, alcoholism. And these angels basically come in and help them put their lives together. And I just was watching it, and there's this episode, my husband and I were looking at it together the other day, and there was like two women who were brought together by one of the woman's husband's infidelity with one of the other women. Like these two women, one was a wife of this particular husband, the other was the mistress of this particular husband, and they got into a car wreck. And so the two angels basically put them in this house out in the country because they make it so there's no cell phone reception. And the show came out in 1994, but they had computers, they had cell phones, they had TV. So there's also this integration of technology, which when we would look at it, it would look rudimentary by now. And of course, unbeknownst to these two women, they're like, oh, I need to get back to my life. I need to get back to my photography studio. I need to get, and one of them is a lawyer. She's like, I need to get back to my clients. And, and they're looking for cell phone reception everywhere. And the two angels are like, y'all, no, y'all ain't gonna get no cell phone reception. None of that's gonna happen here. And so there's this scene where one of the women at this beautiful country home that these angels have literally just erected with their minds, It's just an illusion, but these women, they don't know that. And, they do eventually resolve their problems while staying at this mansion with the angels. The angels sort of, manipulate it to be where they kind of finally click. They understand the actual husband shows up and they all kind of resolve their problems together. But before the husband shows up and they resolve their problems, there's this one scene where the lawyer lady who she has no time of day. She has no time of day. She's looking for cell phone reception in the lake. This is how desperate she is to get back in touch with that internet connection. Or I guess back then it wouldn't have been internet connection, probably just been cellular data, but whatever. And she's so desperate that she falls into the pond. And all she can do is just kind of laugh at herself. And the woman, the mistress, takes some photographs of her because she's a photographer. And she takes some photographs of her, and the photographs turn out beautiful. And they kind of kindle this friendship, even though one of them was cheating with the other one's husband, whatever. But my point to make is that, they had to be trapped out in a remote house with no cell phone reception, no TVs, no none of that, to just realize, oh yeah, I'm a human being. And I feel like that's where Kourtney is coming from. I've been there myself. I'm so terrible with the phone. Guys, like legitimately, even when you guys email me and stuff or put comments, sometimes it takes me a little while to get there to respond to you, because I absolutely truly put down a precedent to turn off sometimes. And maybe I do that more since I work in advertising. So I'm constantly looking at a screen. Guys, legitimately, no lie, sometimes I have dreams just about clicking in Photoshop. It's literally just clicks in Photoshop. It's so bizarre. But I truly do need that time of just, and I think that people who lived, I feel kind of bad for Gen Z because I don't feel like they've ever lived in a time that was logged off. But I think for people like me and for people like Kourtney who remember what it was like before the world was so inundated with the internet, we know the value of turning off, So I guess that's just me explaining why I felt like I understood why Kourtney sort of was like, yo, staying on this show ain't gonna serve my highest good. But all of that to caveat, just get a little bit of introduction of how I was feeling, why I'm so happy that she was able to reclaim her love life, reclaim her desire to be a mother again. I'm so proud of her. Reclaim her right to privacy and to concentrating on her mental, physical, spiritual. I'm so proud. And Travis too, thinking about how much tragedy he's overcome. I'm proud of him too. I'm proud that they found each other. So this article is from People, and it's from June 18, 2023, entitled Pregnant Kourtney Kardashian says she's overwhelmed with gratitude as she shows off her baby bump. And I also know that, getting pregnant at an older age, and as someone who faces some fertility problems myself, due to uterine fibroids, which I talk about in another video if you want to know more about that. My husband and I are seeing specialists in fertility stuff and all of that stuff. So it's a long road ahead of us, but hey, it's okay. But I know her age, my fertility, those struggles, women have these struggles, and I'm so happy that they were able to get pregnant. So this article is by Alexis Jones, and it was published June 18, 2023. It says Kourtney Kardashian is overwhelmed with gratitude amid her fourth pregnancy. The Kardashian star, 44, shared some photos of her growing baby bump on Instagram Sunday after announcing that she is expecting her first baby with husband TravisBarker earlier in the week. And I don't know if I mentioned this article is from People, sorry. So it says, overwhelmed with gratitude and joy for God's blessing and plan. God is so good, y'all. God is so good. If any of you all out there, and no shade to atheists, to Buddhists, anybody, but the rewards that I take and that I see so many other people take from truly submitting themselves to God. Whew. So I love her testimony there. Kardashian captioned in her Instagram post, the first picture in the carousel shows Barker 47 posing with his drumsticks and tapping on his wife's pregnant belly as if it were a drum. The next few images show the Blink 182 rocker kissing and cradling the reality star's growing bump. Now, with all my struggles with fertility, I don't know if I have my husband having his drumsticks banging on my belly. But it will be nice for the little baby to hear dad's music even before he comes out of Kourtney's womb. The article goes on to say, rounding out the series are images of Kardashian making and holding up the handwritten sign she used to publicly announce her pregnancy during her husband's Los Angeles concert with his band on Friday. The inspiration for her sign came from the music video for Blink 182's 1999 hit All the Small Things. I love that song. In which a fan can be seen holding up a sign that says, Travis, I'm pregnant. I remember that. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, so beautiful. A source recently told People of Kardashian's pregnancy news, Kourtney is just beyond excited. She had happy tears when she told her family they have all known for a while. It goes on to say everyone is so happy for her. Kourtney can't wait to be a mom again. Her older kids are excited about the baby too, added the insider. The article goes on to say Kardashian shares son Rain Aston, 8, and Mason Dash, 13, plus daughter Penelope Scotland, 10, with ex-ScottDisick. Barker, 47, meanwhile, is dad to 3 children and ex Shauna, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Mokler, son London, 19, daughter Alabama, whoop whoop, roll tide, 17, and stepdaughter Atiana, 24. I'm going to pause there and say I don't know much. I haven't researched it much about the relationship between Travis and Scott. But Scott is such a chill dude, even though, he could be really depressive during that last round, bit around with Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Almost like he just really wasn't taking the hint that Kourtney was ready to move on with her life. But he's such a kind-hearted and chill dude. I feel like he and Travis probably get along really well. I feel like he probably would think Travis is really cool, and Travis would probably think that he's a good guy. I don't know, but that would be what my inkling would tell me. You guys let me know in the comments if you know more. It says the source also told People Kourtney has been praying for this for this. It says Kourtney has been praying for this. Sorry about that. She has wanted a baby with Travis since they started dating. They have been trying to get pregnant for almost 2 years. It's been grueling. Girl, I understand how that feels. My husband and I had a miscarriage. Our little bean is up in heaven with his or her grandmas and my dad. And, after that, it's been 2 years since that, and we haven't gotten pregnant again. So I definitely understand that. And I'm so happy that they've gotten their little papaya of joy. The couple's happy pregnancy news comes after the pair recently shared that they had stopped at IVF treatment but still hope for a baby together. God is so good. We are officially done with IVF in vitro fertilization, Kourtney said in a confessional to the Kardashian in May. We would love a baby more than anything, but I really believe in what God has in store for us. If that's a baby, I believe it will happen. The Poosh founder and Barker were married in an intimate wedding ceremony in Portofino, Italy, on May 22nd. Wow, it was only in May? Seems like so long. The pair had a practice wedding at the. Okay, maybe that's what it was. Maybe I'm remembering the practice wedding. The pair had a practice wedding at the One Love Chapel in Las Vegas following the 2022 Grammys. The private ceremony took place at 1:45 a.m. on April 4th. Crazy kids, crazy kids. I really, really love that. You know, and the IVF. That's exactly where my husband and I are heading, and we're doing all the testing basically to see if that would be an option, because I technically would like to do. I would like to freeze our stuff. I would like to freeze my embryos and have my husband freeze his sperm before I have the surgery to remove fibroids, because y'all, a lot of black women go in to have a myomectomy and come out with no uterus. I'm just saying, you know. But so I hear them with IVF. You know, I've said the same thing. You know, even if we found out that we couldn't freeze, even if we found out that we couldn't have children, I just, you know, God is so good. God is so miraculous. Is that when you hand your life over to Him, beautiful, beautiful, miraculous things happen. But I'm so happy for them. And it makes me kind of think a little bit to Janet Jackson, because I believe Janet Jackson was like 47, 48 when she had her first child. So God is so good. But guys, I would really, really love to know what you all think. I would also love to know if you think they'll go on to have more children, because with Janet Jackson having her first child at, you know, almost 50 years old, Kourtney could as well. I feel like she's so young and vibrant. That I feel like that's totally possible. My mom had me when she was 40, and you know, she's still so vibrant. My mom is 71 and she is in amazing shape. Like Kourtney, she eats like a bird, and she keeps on those vitamins, and she don't deal with bull. So I hope I can be like these strong, dynamic mothers, you know, when it comes for me at some time. But anyway, I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. If you're new here, go ahead, hit the like and subscribe button, hit the bell so you know whenever I post a video, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye guys. Bye.